What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Double Dribble. In today's episode, we have some breaking news to release to you guys, and that is that former number one recruit is going to be leaving Kentucky to head to the NBA draft. That is Shaedon Sharpe. He's a freshman at Kentucky. He was previously the number one recruit in the class of 2022, but since reclassified to 2021 and enrolled at Kentucky at the mid-year point in January. Shaedon Sharpe did not see any time or any playing time, not a single minute at Kentucky. Part of the plan was that he was going to, stay at Kentucky, practice with the team, work out with all their coaches and their trainers and whatnot, and be prepared to try to help lead Kentucky to a national championship in this next 2022-2023 season. But Shaedon Sharpe has, since kind of gone back on his word on that he was going to stay at Kentucky and play next year and then declare for the NBA draft. It was just recently today that he has decided that he will decide to go to the NBA and sign with an agent and everything. He still has the option to return to Kentucky if he so chooses to, but a lot of people's thoughts are that he is going to stay with the agent, stay in the NBA draft, and become an NBA player for this next season. So like I said, Shaedon Sharpe has really shocked Kentucky. It was that he was telling them that he was going to come back next year and play with Kentucky for the 2022-2023 season. I know during the season there was a lot of speculation on whether he's going to play or not. If he was going to get any minutes with Kentucky. I know Coach Cal was on Twitter talking about this. And I think it was before the SEC tournament, or maybe a little bit before that, a little bit after that. I can't remember exactly. But Coach Cal went on Twitter and put the final word that Shaedon Sharpe was not going to be seeing any minutes the rest of the year, and that he was just going to continue practicing, helping the team as best as he can, and be prepared to help lead Kentucky in the next season. So now you may be asking, why is Sharpe leaving University of Kentucky and going back on kind of his word that he was going to stay for next season? I think it's really the biggest thing is that he has the opportunity to be pretty much a clear top 10 pick. I don't know how, why someone would want to turn that down if you're already almost guaranteed to be a top 10 pick in this year's NBA draft without even having to play at all in college. I think you have to take that opportunity. If you were to decide to go to or stay at Kentucky and play next year, you bring in all the possibilities of having a bad season, getting injured, say Kentucky's not very good and he just doesn't play well and his draft stock absolutely plummets. I don't think that he really wanted to take that chance. Just really have that be a possibility. I think that when you're projected to be pretty much, like I said, a guaranteed top 10 pick, you kind of have to take that. Whereas otherwise, there's a lot of other situations, a lot of other outcomes that could come into play if he decided to go to Kentucky and play next year. So the most recent play that Shaedon Sharpe has had was in high school. The last competitive season he had was on the Nike EYBL circuit. On that circuit, he averaged 22.6 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, and 2.7 assists per game. He's a 6'6", 200-pound 18-year-old at the time. He was the number one recruit in the class of 2022. And then he also, as you guys know, he reclassified to 2021 and decided to enroll at Kentucky halfway through the year. It was pretty much said that he wanted to get to Kentucky and get used to the college experience or college basketball, how everything works in college basketball as soon as possible. And when that reclassification was able to happen, he kind of jumped on that and made that happen as quick as possible. So where is Shaedon Sharpe going to be ranked in this 2022 NBA draft? Like I said, he's already pretty much guaranteed to be a top 10 pick in this year's draft. A lot of people have him around the 5th overall pick, behind Jaden Ivey, Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero, and Jabari Smith. But people are saying that there's actually a real threat for him to get into that top 3, pick maybe behind Chet Holmgren and Jabari Smith. If people decide to, take Shaedon Sharpe and feel like he has higher upside than Paolo Banchero, there's been a lot of speculation just in the recent hours, and even before, if he were to decide to come to the NBA draft, where people are projecting him to possibly, really threaten those top 1, 2, 3 picks, and for sure even top 4 or 5. I think he'll be a real threat for those. But like I kind of already said at the beginning of this video, he's pretty much a lock to be a top 10 pick in this year's draft. I don't think he's going to fall any lower than that. Some teams maybe don't want to take him that high up since he hasn't played since on the EYBL circuit almost a year ago. Other teams, will think that's enough, see the upside, the potential he has of being just a scorer and a player that can come into the NBA and help their team right away. So this is some really interesting news, some really, like I said, kind of breaking news. This just happened about an hour or 2 ago at the time I'm recording this video. Shaedon Sharpe kind of shocks University of Kentucky and decides to declare for the 2022 NBA draft. Not only does that, like I said, affect Kentucky and kind of screw them over because they were expecting him to be there next year, kind of be their top guy, their leader, their go-to guy, and now he's leaving and they're going to have to find someone else to replace him. But it also kind of affects with players like Paolo Banchero, Jaden Ivey, different players like that are kind of on that 3, 4, 5, 6 range in this year's NBA draft. You also have this player decide to declare to the draft and possibly bump you down a spot or 2 in the NBA draft, which not only loses you some money but also can really just kind of affect your mind and your ego, I guess you could say, if a guy that doesn't even play in college comes and declares the draft and gets drafted before you. But I want to hear from all you guys. Did you kind of expect this to happen? What are your thoughts on him kind of screwing Kentucky over like this? Where do you think he's going to go in the NBA draft this year? Leave that all in the comment section down below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button on this channel. Hit the like button on this video. Share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.